welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and this is Ralphie leaving the shot. Today's class is a 30-minute recovery day flow. It's part 8 of the Strong Body, Calm Mind series of classes, and it is a class designed to ease and soothe sore muscles and release tension. It's really a head to toe post-workout stretch, so hopefully a nice class to complement this whole series. And for practice, all you'll need is a folded blanket and a block, but if you don't have those props, I'll guide you along without props. And if you are enjoying the classes and you'd like to support me posting and creating each week, I'm on Patreon. All the details are in the description below. Thanks so much for joining me. Namaste.
And we'll begin practice today by rolling a blanket into the shape of a sausage, placing it horizontally across your mat, and then come to rest down on your back in Shavasana, placing the rolled blanket along the bottom of your shoulder blades. Then take a loose cactus shape with your arms, palms facing up. Invite yourself to nestle and settle in comfortably over the blanket. Smooth the skin of your back so you don't feel puckered or uneven. Adjusting your hips so you align yourself into a straight line. And inviting your spine to curve over the blanket. So there's a mild trough through the back of your neck and your low back spine. Take a few moments to welcome yourself to your practice with a slow, calm breath in. And some long breaths out with the intention of releasing. Letting go of some of the content of your day, some of the content of your thoughts. Exhaling fully to make space. And then as your inhales flow in, see if you can just use that space to invite in some ease and vitality. Continue like that for a few more rounds, letting your exhales lead the way. And take one more round of breath from your belly to your chest. Exhale, slide your eyes open, clear your gaze, welcome in the light of your room. Beginning with a vinyasa for your shoulders and finding a vector of movement that favors your shoulders here in your comfortable range. On an exhale now, slide your fingers up toward one another overhead. Back of the hands graze the floor. And then on your inhale, straighten your arms out wide to a T at shoulder height, palms up. On an exhale, give yourself a hug, cross your right arm over your left, wrapping your fingers around to your shoulder blades. And we'll do that sequence a few more times, movement to breathe. Inhale, flare your arms wide into cactus. Exhale, slide the fingers toward one another overhead. Breathe in, arms wide to a T. Breathe out, hug and cross your arms, left arm over your right. Twice more, inhale, cactus. Exhale, fingers slide up to touch overhead. Inhale, arms wide to a T. Hug and cross your arms, right over left. Breathe in, cactus arms. Breathe out, fingers slide to touch overhead. Inhale, arms wide to a T. And then exhale, hug and cross your arms left over right. And then just release your arms now. Bend your knees, feet to the floor. And gently rolling out to one side. Pressing your way up to come to sit. We'll make our way into a comfortable cross-legged seat, and you might like to fold and sit on the edge of your blanket so you can sit elegantly tall. Same time, let your knees and your hips relax down. Settle your fingertips down by your sides. On your inhale, circle your arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, lower your hands through your heart center, thread your fingers. Turn and press your palms forward as you round your spine. Lower your chin to your chest and pause. Take another round of breath. And then on your inhale, reach your arms overhead, lifting tall from the ground of your pelvis. And on an exhale, release your hands, spread your fingers, roll your wrists as you lower your hands down by your sides. Adding on, inhale, circle your arms overhead, float your gaze up. Exhale now, open your arms wide to a T, palms up. Bend your elbows, take your fingertips to the top of your shoulders, and roll your elbows back and round a few times, inviting your shoulder blades to slide and glide. And then pause, tee out your arms. Then take your right arm over your head to your left ear. Lean your right ear toward your right shoulder and lengthen into the left side of your neck. You might like to close your eyes. Take a few stationary breaths here, softening your shoulders down. Follow the easy rise, the gentle fall of your breath. And then just make a soft fist with your left hand, roll your wrist. And roll back, opposite direction. Pause and open your left hand. And then slowly lower your left fingertips to the floor. As your left palm touches down, take a side bend to your left, release and reach your right arm over to your left. Ease off just a little as you breathe in, give yourself a bit more space, and then tip a little deeper as you breathe out. Pause and hold here. Next breath in, coming upright, and then switch the cross of your legs. We'll flow through to the other side, fingertips down by your sides. Inhale, circle your arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, send your arms wide to a T. Fingers to the top of your shoulders, bend the elbows, start to circle the arms forward now. Just keeping that movement nice and loose and fluid. Inhale your arms wide. Then take your left arm over your head to your right ear. Carefully lean your left ear toward your left shoulder, lengthening into the right side of your neck. Softening your shoulders, following your breath. Make a soft fist with your right hand, roll your wrist. And reverse your circle. Pause and open your right hand. Slowly lower your right fingertips to the floor. As you land, take a side bend to your right, release and reach your left arm over to the right. Backing off just a little as you breathe in. Side bend a little deeper as you breathe out. Pause for 2 more breaths. Coming back to center, and from here make your way onto all fours. Glide through a few rounds of spinal movement. Cat-cow in your own way, so that movement can be linear, arching and rounding your spine, or something more organic, side to side, forward and back, or circle. And if you start to sense pockets of tightness in your body, just try and shy away from any sort of critique or label of what you may be feeling physically. Instead, just meeting any discomfort with your watchful awareness. Holding these places in your awareness with your compassion, patience. Take one more round of breath. And then meet me in a neutral spine. Place your left forearm to the floor now. Extend your right leg back and come to rest on your right toes. From here, gently rock your weight back a little and then raise and circle your right knee forward and then step back onto your right toes. Flowing slow now with your breath. Inhale to circle your right knee forward and exhale to step back, flushing some movement and warmth into your hips. And next time your right toes step back, hold there, come to rest, down on your right forearm, and reach your left arm forward to the floor. Tense your fingers, lower and aim your forehead toward the floor. Ushering your attention, your breath, to the places you can feel the most obvious sensations. Opening here into the undercarriage of your arm, near your armpit, your side waist. And elongating your body from your toe tip to your fingertip. Press back onto all fours and we'll switch sides, right forearm to the floor. Extend your left leg back, come to rest on your left toes. Rock your weight back a little, then raise and circle your left knee forward and then step back. With your breath now. Next time your left toes step back, hold there. Rest down onto your left forearm. Then reach your right arm forward. Tense your fingers. And aim your forehead toward the floor. It might hover there or touch down. Pause and breathe. Releasing, making your way onto your belly for Sphinx pose. Climb onto your forearms, extend your legs back behind you, comfortable distance apart. And then draw the front of your shoulders back in space. Slip your shoulder blades down your spine. And as you linger here, you might like to hold your gaze steady, looking forward, or explore moving, taking your eyes up, opening into the throat. Starting to look down, tucking your chin toward your chest. Looking out over your left shoulder. Rolling your chin around the front of your chest, looking out to your right. Coming back to center, angling your hands out now, away from one another. Then press into your hands and work toward lifting your forearms, any amount there. Deepening the curve in your spine. One more breath in. And exhale to release. Press back to child's pose, balasana. Send your buttocks to your heels. Invite your breath to expand into your back body. Letting go of any intentional contractions in your body as you exhale. Start to grow out long through the sides of your waist, creeping your fingertips forward. Then take the next few breaths to ease your way into downward facing dog. Exploring your shape for a few breaths, taking a few knee bends, pedaling your heels. Then press the floor down and away with your hands. Bend just your right knee, straighten the left leg and pivot your left toes out to the left. And then lean into that outer hip stretch, any amount. Swivel your hips, your belly, your chest to the left. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to center, switching sides, bend your left knee deeply, turning your right foot out to the right. Reach your right heel down and back, orienting your torso, your hips a little more to the right. Take another breath in and return to center. Bend both your knees now, look forward. Take as many steps as you'd like to travel lightly to the top of your mat. Open on your inhale. Fold with your exhale, soft bend in your knees. Rise slow, unravel, come to stand. Rest your hands to prayer at your heart center. Moving through a few rounds of easeful half sun salutes with Malasana Yogi Squat. Toe heel your feet wider than your hips now. Angle your toes out to prepare. Inhale here, circle your arms overhead, press your palms. Exhale, sit low into your squat, Malasana, your version that suits your needs. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, lift your hips and forward fold over your legs. Turn your toes forward. Lift up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, bend your knees softly, forward fold. Inhale, rise, come to stand, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, guide your prayer hands to your heart center. Twice more, step the feet wide, inhale, arms overhead. Press the palms, exhale, lower into your squat. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, lift your hips, parallel your feet and forward fold. Breathing in, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale and forward fold. Rise all the way to stand, sweep up. Lower your hands to the center of your chest. Step your feet wide, breathe your arms overhead. Exhale, lower and squat. Stay for your inhale, broaden your chest. Exhale, lift your hips and forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, adding on now. On your exhale, step your right foot back for side angle pose. No rush, take a long stride, anchor and seal your right heel to your mat. If you have a block, place it to the inside of your left foot. Elevate the floor to meet your left hand, or if you don't have a block, rest your left forearm to your left thigh, then reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. Gently now close the door on your left hip, hug your left hip in, and same time rotating your chest open, bringing your left ribs under your right ribs. Take a smooth breath in. Exhale, lower and thread your right hand under your left thigh. Breathe in, open to your right. Exhale, lower and thread under. Breathing in, reach. Exhale, curl. Once more, reach up. And then exhale, bring your right hand to the floor for low lunge. Tap your right knee down and switch your twist. Left arm reaches up on your inhale, twisting to your left. On your exhale, lower and thread your left hand under your right arm. Twice more, breathe in. And exhale, thread. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reach under. One more time, arm goes high, twisting to the left. And then exhale, left hand down for lizard pose. Hands to the floor or your block on the inside of your left foot. Pausing here. And lizard pose can be quite intense if you have less range of motion in your hips, so just try and find the middle ground where your breath can relax, soften, and you can savour this deep hip stretch. Take 5 more cycles of breath. Gently releasing, reframe your left foot. Moving into pyramid pose, tuck your right toes, raise your right knee, and step your right foot in to short new stance. Anchor your heel. On an inhale, run your hands up your shins to lengthen your spine forward. Exhale and fold over your leg. Try and keep the legs engaged and straight, or you can offer your left hamstrings a little micro bend in your knee if that feels best. Next few breaths, sensing and adjusting so your pelvis and your hips feel level. If you have the space, hug your left hip back, your right hip forward, and stay. Breathe smooth. Take one more breath in. Stay for one more breath out. Pop up onto your right toes. Rest your fingertips forward to the floor and slide your right knee up next to your left foot. Come to sit. If it's too much flexion for your knees, lift up and rest on the top of your right foot. Hands to the floor or a block. Just stretching into the top of your foot. If you're with me and you're sitting, ease your torso forward over your left thigh, keeping your left heel grounded, stretching and lengthening into the back of your left heel. Wherever you find your posture, just cultivating a feeling of softness and ease, quality of being lenient, compassionate in your body. Then leaning forward into your hands, transition to the top of your mat standing. Open and fold with your breath. Rise tall, come to stand with the wave of your in-breath. Lower your hands to prayer at your heart. Second side, feet wide to prepare. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, lower to squat. Stay for your inhale, lift your chest. Exhale and forward fold over your legs. Inhale, open your heart forward. Exhale, step the left foot back for side angle pose. Ground and anchor your left heel. Position your block if you have one inside your right foot or forearm to your right thigh. Left arm reaches straight up toward the ceiling, shoulders stacked. Take a breath in and a breath out. Thread your left arm under your right thigh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reach under. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Once more, reach tall. Exhale, left hand down, transition to low lunge, left knee to the floor. Right arm reaches up, twisting to your right. Breathing in. Exhale, lower and thread your right hand under your left arm. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, thread under, that's Ralphie. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and thread. Once more, reach tall. And then right hand down. Come to lizard pose, hands to the inside of your right foot. Take a few moments to get situated. Use the block if it's helpful there. And then linger. 5 more cycles of breath. Easing out of lizard pose, reframe your right foot, transitioning into pyramid. Tuck your left toes, raise your left knee, shorten your stance, and keep your feet staggered about hips width apart. Weave your left heel into the mat. Inhale, run your hands up your shins, find length. Keep that unwrinkled feeling through your spine as you fold. 2 straight legs or a little bend in your right leg. 5 breaths. Take 1 more breath in. Stay for 1 more breath out. Pop up onto your left toes. Rest your hands forward to the floor and then slide your left knee up next to your right foot and come to sit or elevate and rest onto the top of your left toes. Taking some mindful breaths in your version of the posture. And then leaning forward into your hands. This time we're going to take a seat, middle of the mat. You can thread your leg through or make your own way there now. Moving into a seated hip groin stretch. Take your heels to the floor toward the front edge of your mat. Then lean back into your hands and cross your right ankle over your left knee. So to deepen the stretch, you can walk your left heel closer in toward your buttocks, upright your spine. But you might also like to ease off here. You may wish to rest back onto your forearms to give your hip more space. Feel free to rock a little side to side, seeking sensation in your outer right buttocks. And then switching sides. Taking about 5 slow breaths here. And then gently release. Step both feet to the mat now. Grab your block if you have one, or your blanket. We'll make our way down onto our backs for a final hip flexor stretch and twist. With your feet on the floor, knees bent, lift your buttocks, place your block under your buttocks on its flat side. And if you don't have a block, you might like to elevate with a blanket, but you can also practice this without any props. Once you're situated, hug your right knee in toward your chest, extend the left leg out long, rest your left heel to the mat. Flexing your toes, dig your left heel into the mat. And take 3 steady breaths in, 3 steady breaths out. Release, step both feet to the floor, knees bent. Just switch, hug your left knee in, right leg out straight, feet flexed. 3 breaths. Releasing here, feet to the floor. Press down to lift your buttocks, slip the block out. Take a moment to pause, a breath to feel. And then moving into a final twist, open your arms into a loose cactus shape, cross your right leg over your left. Shifting your hips to the right, fold your knees to the left. Rolling on the back of your head to turn your gaze to your right. Practicing longer exhales now to down-regulate your nervous system, to let go of any final momentum, tension, tightness. And coming back through center, changing sides, switch the legs, resting your knees to your right. And return to center. Unravel, catch your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a final squeeze. And as you're ready, resting back into a brief Shavasana. If you know you have a little bit more time, just pause the class. Give yourself an uninterrupted longer rest. Letting your breath, your body and your practice settle. And I'll be back to guide you back shortly. And gently, softly drifting your attention back. Wriggling your toes, your fingers. Breathing a full breath through your whole body. Bending your knees, take your feet to the floor, and as you're ready, rolling out to your right side. Softly opening your eyes and press your way back up to sit. Thanks so much for joining me in this recovery day flow. Have a great week ahead. Namaste.